Hello everyone. How's everyone doing? Hi everyone. Hello. Hope you're all having a great Saturday. For all the men, it's a very special day. Happy International Men's Day. So today we're going to be doing an extra special seminar. So in honor of International Men's Day, we will be doing a topic, something we don't really talk about a lot. It's men's mental health. And today's guest is someone who has 15 plus years of experience in the field. His name is Kautilya Chajit. He's a clinical psychologist, psychotherapist, life coach, counselor, and also the founder of D-Vibe Healing Center. So let's get Mr. Kautilya to the call and let's talk all about men's mental health. So let's just get him to the call. Hello?
Just a sec. How do I set my? Yeah.
Hello. Hi,
Rajan.
Kautilya.
Hello.
Can you
Can you
can
hear
you hear
me?
me? Can
Yeah,
you
I
hear
can
me?
hear. Yeah, I can hear you. Can
I
you
can
hear
hear you
me?
very well. Yes, absolutely.
Awesome. So happy International Men's Day to everyone. And I really appreciate the initiative which Lifelong has taken to promote men's mental health, which has been actually, I think, so overlooked by everyone, not only men, but by everyone, I think so. So it's a really very good initiative, and I really say, as in, it's kudos to Live Long for this.
Oh, thank you so much. So the reason we're even doing this is because obviously we really care about everybody's health, and
Yeah,
we notice that there is this silent epidemic upon men, and where men absolutely do not talk about their mental health. You know, they
right.
would rather suffer in silence than speak up,
Yes,
because
yes,
being silent is the stronger thing to do apparently. Yet
yeah.
they're suffering because of this. So I want to understand from you, Kautilya, why is there such a big stigma from men, from society, from everywhere, for men to just get the mental health support that they need? What can you explain to us a little more on this?
I'll answer this question of yours with a question. When you were young, maybe in college, when you used to cry, what your parents or your friends used to tell you?
They
जब
would
आप
just
रोते थे,
say,
क्या बोलते थे आपके पेरेंट्स या आपके फ्रेंड्स?
let's say, chill, be strong.
लड़के रोते नहीं है, लड़की है क्या?
Uh, hmm,
Right. So that's the stereotype of genders, which have been, made, and men are conditioned into it that they don't cry, they are strong, they're the bread earners of the home, and they don't lean on the shoulder but they give their shoulders for people to lean on and to cry or whatever. So there's a lot of expectations which runs around a man for being more masculine and more show his manliness. There's a lot of expectations, and crying or being vulnerable are attached to more feminine emotions, I can say, which is so wrong. So that is why, there's this stigma, you can say, there's a stigma that going to a therapy, whatever it is, men or women, but there's a stigma that going to a therapy or going to a therapist is like, are you mad? When you say you're going to a therapist, first question people ask, are you mad? Why are you going to a therapist? Why you need a therapist? So already there's a stigma around it. And when it comes to men, there's more because of the conditioning or because of the society we are born and brought up in. So yes, we have to actually break this stereotype, break this thing, that yes, men also have emotions. They can also cry. Yes, yeah,
I see. Sorry, Dr. Kautilya, actually your screen is
yeah.
getting cut, so your eyes are getting cut. So I may
Okay.
request you to just raise the camera a bit.
Is it fine?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, better.
I'm just yeah,
Super. So,
yeah.
I want to understand from you, in your experience, do you feel there's a difference in the way men suffer from mental health conditions versus the way women suffer in mental health conditions? Are women more
Uh,
vocal about the way they feel, or
Yeah, yeah. There are a few researches where researchers have found that men and women do have a little bit of little different, you can say, characteristics while they're going through depression or stress, which few researchers argue about it, but there's been a research about it that when women are in under stress or anxiety or depression, they get more vulnerable, they feel more helpless, feel more worthless. While men, when they are into depression or stress or anxiety, they have this anger issue. They get angry very fast. They have this temperament issues, or they take help of alcohol or substance abuse. You can say drugs or smoking, so they are more vulnerable or more to get addicted, men.
Hmm.
So this is a natural tendency. Most of the symptoms are same, but yeah, when it comes to being vulnerable or express yourself, women express much faster and much as an easier way than men. Men usually try to hide, and that is the biggest problem. When you hide your feelings, you really never come to know that exactly what you're suffering from. So to know your feelings, that what you're suffering from, you have to start expressing your feelings. The more you'll express your feeling, the more you'll come to know what exactly you're suffering from. So for example, you go to a doctor and you're having some stomach ache, and the doctor asks you for symptoms, what exactly is happening. And if you're not able to explain him what exactly you're feeling or what exactly is happening in your stomach, will he be able to give you a proper medicine? No. So it's same. Till the time you don't express your mental health, that's the thing with men. They don't express it, and that is why they don't get proper and timely help. And that is why the number of suicides in men is more than women all over the world, because they cannot express and they don't get timely help, and the diagnosis which happens are not correct. I usually get, phone calls, or either when my clients come to me, they say, "Ki, I cannot tell you everything." When if it's a male, they say, "I cannot tell you everything, but I can just tell you something about it." And then my question to them is, if you don't tell me everything, how will I diagnose and cure you or decide your therapy? So yes, there is a difference between how men express and how women express. Yeah.
So men are very likely to downplay their symptoms.
Yeah, men usually don't accept that they are going through stress or tension or anxiety very fast. They think they are strong. They think
Hmm.
they need to keep that uh, aura or whatever, those shield around them, that they are strong and they cannot be vulnerable. Yeah, yeah. That is
Hmm.
the conditioning of the. That's their conditioning, or that's how the society has actually made them. Yes.
Right.
So yeah, yeah. We've grown up with that. Yes.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
you also touched upon addiction. So I want to
Right.
get
Right.
into
Right.
that a bit.
Yeah.
So some research also suggests that men are 9 times more likely to get addicted to substances, and substances is just one aspect. It could also be
Right.
like
Right.
the bottle, it could be illicit drugs, it could be
Right.
porn, it could be sex, it could be anything.
Yes. Yes.
Um, so why is there like, I'm kind of curious about this fact, like men are, so
Yeah.
this is literally men like to hide behind the bottle or whatever, and
Um.
I think it's like
Yeah.
a very bad coping mechanism. And is
Right.
there a way around it? Like, is there, what do men do if we are going through stress or something like that, and
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
your friends will say, you know what, just come with me to the bar, let's go have a beer
Let's
and
go
chill
and
out.
have a drink. Yeah. Let's chill out.
Yeah,
Yeah. कुछ भी
let's
होता है, चलो
forget
दारू
about it.
पीते हैं. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
and
know. I know. Yeah.
eventually, the deeper the
Yeah.
problems and the deeper the
Right.
alcohol addiction, perhaps.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
what are some healthy coping mechanisms for men to deal with stressors in
Yeah.
general?
Yeah. First of all, if you talk about why men are more prone to addiction, is first, if you go to biologically, men have more or less resistance power or less willpower than women. So
Okay.
usually, they get with the flow. So if we see biologically also, men has less resistance for pain, also less resistance for stress also, because their willpower is less. So that is why they are more prone for addictions and things like that. So, and in a society where we grow up, usually women are not easily seen drinking or smoking. So, for them, the availability of smokes or drinks, now it's open, obviously, now it's much different, but still, if you go in rural area, you'll find it's easily available for men than women. So that is also one
Yeah.
of the reasons, right? That men are more prone to addictions. So yes. So that is true that men are more prone to addiction. You won't believe that there was this research in 2017, 22,000 deaths were because of illicit drugs, that is substance abuse in 1 year. And in 2016, there was a research where they have found that men dying of substance abuse is twice than women.
Hmm.
So now you can imagine, addiction in men is much, much higher than women. Yes. And when we go to tips for how to, deal with stress, anxiety, or depression for men, I think so. Men has to build a resilience around them. They have to build resilience. Now, what do you mean by resilience? Is acceptance. Acceptance that yes, they are going through a certain time where they have stress or anxiety, but being stronger by accepting it. Not hiding it. And when you say that you accept it, be ready to express it. If you don't
Okay.
express it, you'll express in different ways like anger or maybe irritation or maybe frustration. So when you talk it out, so the first thing to build resilience is communication.
Hmm.
So if you don't have any friends, if you have any friends or family, whom you can talk to and whom you can discuss, you can just go and talk to them. And if you don't have anyone, go to a therapist. Going to a therapist is not that you're mad. Going to a therapist is like just clearing your perceptions. Like,
Hmm.
uh, say if you have any doubt or confusion, you just go to some mentor, coach, or maybe some senior. Like that, you're going to a therapist to just, so first thing is communicate, which is very important. Second is balanced diet. Nowadays, when we talk about diet, people are totally into a carb-free diet, more of a protein diet or a fat diet. So please have a balanced diet because your brain needs carbs to work. Carbs gives you energy. So if you don't eat carbs, your brain's gonna fog out. It's gonna freeze. So if the brain is freeze, obviously you're not working. So please have a proper intake of carbs. That is very, very important. Exercise, that is very important. If, most of the people, I think Monday se shuru karenge, 1 तारीख se shuru karenge. I'll start from Monday, and the Monday never comes or the first never comes. And exercise. There's this hormone which is known as cortisol, which is a stress hormone, right? So when you exercise, the cortisol reduces. And there are like happy hormones or good hormones for your brain, which is like dopamine or serotonin or endorphins. So those are the hormones which really increases while you exercise. Then meditation and mindfulness, that is very important. You should do it. Start with 5 minutes of meditation or mindfulness and go till half an hour, which is like the maximum you can do, and you should do at least. But start with 5 minutes because 5 minutes is also like good for a start. You just
Yeah.
cannot go for half an hour because it won't justify. Yeah. I think so. These are the few things which you can really work upon, to combat stress, anxiety, and depression. Yeah.
And these are actually quite simple things.
Very
But it's just
simple.
that we just somehow forget that, the simplest
Yeah.
things can actually help us channel our energies in a
Yeah.
certain way.
Right.
So
And
that's,
one thing I'd like to suggest, which we really don't do it, and is like hugging. Hugging is one of the thing which in like a 20-second of a hug also really melts away your anxiety, your depression, your stress magically. It's a miracle, because when you hug someone for like 20 seconds also, it releases, endorphins and dopamines, which is like happy hormones or love hormones, which really combat your stress and tension. It's a miracle drug, you can say, hugging. Yeah. So that is
right.
what if your friend or if you anyone in your family is having a stress or something, just go and give them a tight hug. Just don't think anything. Arey, just give them a nice tight hug. That's really a good exercise, or that's a miracle drug, you can say, for instant relief from stress and anxiety. Yes.
Well, that's great advice. So I think that for
Yeah.
all the men out there, hug your bros
Yeah.
out, hug
Yeah.
everyone. Let's not be,
Yeah. Yeah.
have that social distance anymore.
Social
It's
distancing is
definitely,
totally off now. I think so. Everyone is vaccinated now, and like, yeah.
absolutely. So just hug it
Yeah.
out, everyone.
Hug it out. Yes. Hug it out and talk it out. And yes, men can cry. That is for sure.
Absolutely. So
Men can cry.
you also
Yeah.
spoke about exercising and
Yeah.
healthy eating.
Yeah.
I feel there's a trend nowadays
Yeah.
where men, I think with the advent of social media, especially,
Right.
we
Right.
constantly seeing models and film stars and so
Yes.
many good looking bodies everywhere,
Yes.
especially for
Yes.
men. And I feel
Yes.
like a lot of men go through pressure, especially at a younger age as well, where
Yes.
to be a man, you have to look like a superhero basically. You have to have the
Yes.
six pack, you have
Yes.
to be muscular, you have to lift heavy. And
Right.
I think a lot of men, whether they're overweight or underweight or even somewhere in the middle or already healthy, even athletes perhaps, I'm sure, where
Yeah.
they have to go through this pressure that I need to look that way, and then they probably go down a rabbit hole of like stress and depression and perhaps an eating disorder or muscle dysmorphia. And that's actually a dangerous path, right? Because they can end up taking steroids or worse. So what are your thoughts on this? Do you feel like there's
Yes.
a lot of people coming up with
A
this?
lot of people are having, like, say, more than girls, guys have this issue of body image because girls they have issue of reducing just weight, but guys have a lot of problem. They have not only the issue of reducing weight, but making a physique,
Hmm.
either bulking up or having a lean physique, a toned body, a toned physique. Then guys are more prone to losing hair, balding, right? So that is one of the things. Then height is one of the issues in guys. Like I don't have a height, so I need to have a proper body or things like that. So yes, the issue of body image is more in men related to either losing weight or bulking up or height or weight or then nowadays, yes, skincare has also come in. First, it was just for women. Now, men are also, want to groom up, and that is a good thing. That yes, you have to have a proper skin routine and a skin regime, which a dermatologist can tell you better. But yes, so men has more stress about their body and body image. Now, when we talk about body and body image, guys, understand one thing that whatever is natural, that is your height or maybe your balding, that is like accepted. Be comfortable in your skin. You cannot change it. Fine, there are a lot of procedures which is common to have a hair transplant or whatever, but it's not necessary that bald people doesn't look good or something. Most
Hmm.
so many stars who are actually bald and are doing good.
Yeah.
So please be comfortable in your skin, whoever you are, whatever you are. But yes, if you're obese, I would like to say yes, obesity is again a disease in itself, right? So yes, try to control on your weight. I won't say that go on for leaning or bulking, but yes, which anything which is out of the limit is always bad. Whatever it is good or whatever it is, if you're having a lot of water also, water is good for your body, but if you're having a lot of water which is out of the requirement, it's bad for your body. So it's same
Hmm.
with your diet also, it's same with your losing weight also. Like I had a client, he was just like what, 18, 19 years old. He was in just college and he had this issue. He was pretty fat, so he just he had this issue. He had this eating disorder. He never used to eat and he used to exercise like 4 and 5 hours a day. And in just few months he actually started fainting while exercising. So he had this eating disorder problem, and then obviously the skin body image problem, as in the body image problem. So he used to come for counseling to me. So he was actually going through a lot of anxiety and stress because of his body issues. But later, when we went through the whole therapy for like, it went another for 2 3 months. But when later, after 2 3 months, he actually realized that bulking up is just temporary. More important is you should groom yourself from inside, because at the end of the day, everyone gonna grow old. So beauty is, the external beauty is temporary. Guys, realize that, you have to be beautiful inside, because your vibrations, your aura, what you throw outside in the world is what you feel inside. So if you feel inconfident or if you feel negative inside, you will give that aura around you, and people will actually have that energy from you of being negativity. So it's not that you look good outside, you will feel it good inside. No, it's totally other way around. It's vice versa, that you feel good inside, you look good outside, and people around you feel good around you. So yes, don't get into this fad of body image or bulking up or having a lean body. First, try to be beautiful inside, and automatically everything will be beautiful around. Yes.
Absolutely. So I think
Yeah.
basically I mean, working out, eating right is great. It's very good to be
Yes.
healthy. It's very good to
Perfect.
groom
Yeah, you
yourself.
have to do it. Yes.
Yeah.
But don't overdo it.
Yeah.
Don't
And always keep
overdo
in
it.
mind, I think the main goal of why you're working out, why you're eating correctly is to be healthy, right?
Yes. In fact, in recent news, I have read so many articles, in fact, that people are actually having cardiac arrest while exercising because they are exercising too much. So, guys, what's the use when you have a cardiac arrest or when you exercise too much and you have a cardiac arrest for your whole of your life, where you can do it, can't do anything. So from now only start taking care of your body, but take care in a very required way, not overdo it.
Yeah. Not everybody has the capacity of an athlete. Not everybody has the genetics, perhaps, of an athlete as well. So
Yes.
not everyone is going to look a certain way. Some people look a certain way. Some people are not going to look like that way. So I think accepting that is
Everyone
very
has their
important.
own body constituency. So everyone looks in a very different way, and everyone is beautiful. I think so. I think so. You should start accepting yourself the way you are, and the world will
Absolutely.
start accepting you. Else, no one will accept you if you don't accept yourself.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So I want to understand also, is there any, I mean, you did mention some warning signs, right? For example, anger,
Yeah.
frustration, probably addiction. Those are some
Right.
warning signs of a person. What about
Right.
some people who perhaps look like they have it all, like they've got it figured out? Do you think there's any other warning signs that someone else can perhaps look into someone else and say, perhaps they need help, maybe I should help them out? Or also, do you feel that there are some people more prone to mental health disorders, especially men? For example, like I know that there are statistics of men once they after the army or something like that, they get PTSD or something
Yeah.
like that, right?
Yeah.
Do
Yeah.
you think
Yeah.
there are some type of men who are more prone to mental health disorders, or it can happen to anybody? Or
See, first of all, mental health is something which is not prone to anything, but it can happen to anyone. It can happen to anyone in different forms. It can be it can be just a general anxiety disorder, or it can be an anxiety disorder, or it can be a major anxiety disorder. It can be depression. It can be PTSD, what you have said. It can be a personality disorder. So it can be in any forms.
Mhm.
But the thing is, when we talk about symptoms which we should look for in anyone to find if they are actually having any mental issues, is there any change in your sleep pattern? Are you having insomnia, or either you're having a hypomania or a hypomania? That is, your emotions either it's too elated or it's either too low. Your
Yeah.
sleep is either like in hypersomnia or hyposomnia. That is, you're sleeping too less or either you're sleeping too much. Is there any change in your emotions? How do you feel? Your sleep pattern, then your eating pattern. You're eating too much or eating too less. You're not getting hungry. Then how do you self-loathing? That is, have you started blaming yourself for things? Are you feeling more negative? You
Mhm.
you you don't want to meet people. You don't want to talk to people. So these are few of the things which, apart from the symptoms what we have discussed before. These are few of the symptoms also which you should look into people uh,
Okay.
to find out if they're having any stress or anxiety or depression. Yeah.
Okay. All right, thanks for that. I'll just have a look at the comments. I feel some people
Yeah.
have said something. So
Yeah.
Krishna has said,
Yeah.
I started gym and practicing meditation. Will this really help me get rid of stress?
Yes, gym and meditation will help, but there's a very misconception about meditation that people think meditation means you don't have to think while you're meditating. But our mind is something which thinks 24 into 7. You can't stop it.
Yeah.
The only difference is while you're meditating and when the thoughts are coming in your mind, don't judge your thoughts. Don't
Hmm.
go with the flow of the thoughts that it's right or it's wrong. See it like there's a movie which is passing by, and don't judge it. It's wrong, it's right, it's positive, it's negative. Oh, I should have done that, I should have done this. No, don't do it. Just look like there's a movie going on and don't show your emotions. So let the thoughts flow. That is what the
Yeah.
right way of meditation is. If you start thinking and getting into the thoughts, then actually the whole purpose of meditation is not solving. So let the thoughts come in, but don't judge it.
Hmm.
That is how you do meditation, mindfulness. And yes, it does help. It does help, and it will really help with your stress, anxiety issues. But while exercising and meditating, if you're thinking about your stress and anxiety and tension, and you're judging it, then it won't work.
Okay,
So let the thoughts come, but don't judge it. Then it will work.
I see.
Yeah.
So, also we got some messages or DMs of some
Yeah.
questions.
Yeah.
So one question is, should I get therapy from a male? This is from a man. Should I get
Yeah.
therapy from a male therapist or a female therapist?
Yeah.
Like, I wonder. Sorry, go on.
Yeah. Actually, a lot of people think about, I'm a female, so I should go to a female therapist, or if I'm a male, I should go to a male therapist. No, there's nothing like that. Whatever is your comfort zone, wherever you will feel more comfortable talking, just go and select a therapist. Before selecting a therapist, I would like to just say that just read about his experience, how much his experience is, and where he has worked and how he has worked, and then select a therapist.
Hmm.
And either male or a female, that doesn't matter. It's all about your comfort level. Wherever you're
Yeah.
more comfortable discussing about your issues, and where you can
Hmm.
discuss openly. That is what matters. Yes.
Okay, fabulous. One more question we got. My breakup has sent me down a dark path for some
Yeah.
reason. I don't know
Yeah.
how can therapy help me.
Oh, breakup is something which is really very terrible. Yes, I totally agree with that. Yes, it's something which is like, how should I say? It's very devastating. Breakups are really very bad, and it's really changed the personality of a person. But yes, I would like to say that when you go through a breakup, just don't try to come out of it all of the sudden. Like, okay, fine, that person is gone now. Live that moment, cry it out, talk it out, feel it. Just feel that moment, but don't drag it. Also talk it out.
Mhm.
That is one of the things which you should do, is talk it out. It is not necessary when you're going through breakups, so for 15-20 days, for a month, uh, you don't feel like exercising, you don't feel like going out, don't do it. Give yourself some time. But yes, live that moment, live that emotion, but talk it out. That is very, very important, talking it out. Secondly, I would like to say, if you really had a breakup, please block that person from everywhere. Because there's a phrase which is actually very true, is out of sight, out of mind. So when you see the post of the person, or the message of the person, or the story of the person, or the status of the person, or even of the photo of that person, you'll it will be very difficult for you to forget those memories. Obviously, memories you usually don't forget, but it fades out, and the emotions which is attached to those memories usually fades out. So if you again and again, it will be very difficult for you. So just block it, delete it, or just archive it, whatever. But at least for some time, till the time you're not stable, give yourself more importance to your ex, because your ex is ex. No, it's your life. So yes, yeah, that
All
is,
right.
yeah,
That's great advice. Thank you so
yeah,
much for this session, by the way.
right.
I want to close this chat with would you have any message to all the men out there?
Guys, there's this poem which I have written, which is coming out today. Or I'll be on my reels, so you can just watch that reel. That men don't cry, लड़के रोते नहीं है. So yes, I would like you to see that reel, but I would like to say a few lines about of that poem as a message for this Men's Day. That जब आंखें नम हो जाती है, तो दिल कहता है, अरे वो इतने कमजोर होते नहीं है, अरे लड़के रोते नहीं है. बचपन में पेरेंट्स ने कहा, स्कूल में टीचर ने कहा, कॉलेज में दोस्तों ने कहा, फिर बीवी ने भी कहा, अरे इतने कमजोर वो होते नहीं है, अरे लड़के रोते नहीं है. आंखों में जब आंसू आते हैं, तो कहते हैं लड़की है क्या, अरे इतने कमजोर वो होते नहीं है, अरे लड़के रोते नहीं है. बस करो ये कहना कि अरे लड़के रोते नहीं है. क्या उनके दिल होते नहीं है? क्या वो जिम्मेदारी ढोते नहीं है? क्या वो इंसान होते नहीं है? तो फिर ऐसा क्यों कि लड़के रोते नहीं है?
Wow.
So,
Wow. That sends a message
so yeah,
across.
I'll be just putting this poem in my reels today on the occasion of
Wonderful.
Men's Day. Yeah.
Lovely,
So
lovely.
guys, go express yourself. If you feel like crying, just cry. There's nothing bad about it. Feel good about yourself.
Absolutely.
Yes. So it was
Absolutely.
great talking to you guys. And if you have any questions, you can just DM me also. I'll try to answer that. Yes. And I
Absolutely.
really again would like to say kudos to Live Long for taking such a great initiative. All the best,
Thank you
guys.
so much. Thank you
Thank
so
you
much
so
for
much.
joining us today. It was a lovely chat.
Lovely, lovely chat. Take care, guys. Bye.
Take care.
Yeah.
Bye bye.
Yeah. Bye. How do I?
Okay, just press the X button.
Yeah.
Bye. So everyone, thank you so much for joining us today. You can see this live session right now in the next 5 to 10 minutes. It'll be available on our feed. So if you missed the chat, go ahead and watch it. There's a lot of nuggets of information for you. So in the meantime, have a great Saturday. Happy International Men's Day. Men, take care of yourself. Enjoy it today. Take it easy. So take care, everyone. Bye bye.